Hello, YouTube. It is Monday night, and we're going to play a little bit of Phantasy Star Online. So, what's new? Well, there's a couple of cool things happening right now in Dreamcast land. The big news is we already knew there was a Doom port. So, it's a PC port for the Dreamcast. But it's going to be online enabled, which means you can do player versus player over the internet. I think that's great because Doom is one of those sort of formative games for me. I grew up playing Doom. I can remember we had this like old school, was it a 486 or a 386? Must have been a 486 computer, and it wasn't the best. I don't remember the specs on it, but anyways, I could remember my uncle coming over with this stack of floppies, and we installed it on our computer, and that game just blew everybody's mind. And it's one of those games that's still playable today, any version that you pick up. I occasionally play it on the PS3, or at least I did when I first got it. I got a port of it on my computer right now that I picked up off of GOG. It's just a real fun pick up and play. It's really easy to get going and figure out. The controls are pretty intuitive. I don't know, perfect game. And it's been ported to absolutely everything from what I understand too. So anyways, that is really exciting news. But tonight the goal is to go online, and we're going to try and start up Frantic Fauna Quest. So it looks like there's a couple of people right now that are currently playing. So let's start up our Dreamcast and see who we can find tonight. Okay, and just switch this over. All right, here we go. So, online games, Phantasy Star Online, Eve's PSO. Oh, are we gonna go? There we go. Now we're working. I didn't have a chance to look over some of the questions, or some of the suggestions rather, presented by the audience in terms of how to sort of optimize the character, but maybe during this game some people can throw me out a couple tips. I'm just currently right now trying to get the headphones working. They are supposed to be outputting right now to preview, but if they don't, I'm just going to take them off. I've heard about that MacBook Pro Touch Bar port. Where did I see that? Did I see it on LGR Gamer? I can't remember, but yeah, that little Touch Bar port. It's like an inch thick. Apparently, you can port Doom to it. Pretty crazy. But the game code apparently was so optimized that it just made it incredibly easy to port it to pretty much every single console. I'm just gonna currently just do one quick thing. So I just want to go to my settings, advanced audio properties, and I want to make sure that we're able to monitor the output. Okay, we are. Excellent. For some reason the sound card is not currently outputting, but that's okay. Let's just go here. It could be because of how I have my mixer set up. Speaker and headphones. Alright, well, I guess we'll just scratch that. It doesn't seem to be picking it up for some reason. I have done a lot of different configurations on this computer recently, and I don't know what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to actually probably scrap the entire thing very soon. I've been looking on Amazon for a new case and a new motherboard. I'm doing so many upgrades that at this point, I'm like, what's the point of upgrading any further? We might as well just toss it and start over, which is kind of disappointing because I really like this case, but for what it's worth, you can buy all the parts and components and build like a pretty decent gaming PC, something way more than I actually need, for less than $1,000. So I was on Amazon and I had this in my cart for a while, and I finally decided to pull the trigger and get it, and it is the Core i7 8700K CPU. So I don't have a board that'll support it yet, so I have been looking at boards, and I was like, I'll throw it in my old case. I was like, I might as well just get a new case. But one thing I've discovered is new gaming cases actually don't include for the most part anyways, they don't include 5 1/4 expansion bays, and I guess that's just because of the nature of gaming nowadays. Like, most stuff is downloaded, so because of that, like, I kind of need an expansion bay because of all the different types of gaming that I like to participate in. Like, most of it is disc based, and also because my computer is kind of optimized for transferring media as well. So I was looking at a few cases and I was shocked by how little cases actually suit my needs. So, let's go to this game right here. Can't join, quest is in progress. Okay, well, let's put a shout out. Actually, let's see who is currently online. Chat, guild card, choice search, any. Oh, cool. Well, let's just send some mail. Okay, let's see if Ebenezer wants to play a Frantic Fauna quest. Feel like Frantic Fauna in a bit. And you know what else I'm going to do while I'm thinking about it is I'm going to put a shout out on the PSO Silver Rant Facebook group, just to let them know that we're currently streaming and see who else wants to jump in. So PSO Silver Rant, PSO Silver Rant, and here we go. Let's just put a quick little call out for our friends here. Anyone up for Frantic Fauna? Alright, perfect. Done and posted. Okay, let's get out of there and get back to the game. Okay, so choice search, my cards. Did I get the mail back? Not yet. Alright, and so we know who's here. Let's Ebenezer. So let's go to join, create team. Let's just create. Oh, that's a mail. Let's check our mail first. Mail, chat, simple mail, received mail. Not gonna lie, bro. Super drunk. Perfect. I'll try and catch up. Boom. Alright, Ebenezer is super drunk, and we're participating in a little Mount Gay rum, so drink up, guys. Slowly but surely, that's for sure. Okay. Okay, let's go out here. Oh, we got another message, probably from Ebenezer still. Okay, cool. So Ebenezer may or may not join us, so let's just quickly create a team, and that'll at least allow a couple other players to jump in and join us if they see some of my posts. Perfect. Okay, what's going on in the chat? Is this really live? Yes, this is really live. We are currently playing PSO online. We're not using an emulator. We're not using Rycast or anything like that. We are using the old school Dreamcast right here. You saw the startup screen look a little different. That's because I'm using the USB GD-ROM to play. I'm connecting over the BBA at the moment, and I am connected to the Silver Rant server. So currently we have about 6 players online, and I really want to get at least one round of the Frantic Fauna out before it closes for the season. Okay. Items. Do we have enough? Oh, we got lots of that. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, cool. Okay, Riku is joining the game. Awesome. Hello. Now, I saw them on earlier, so I'm really glad that they jumped in. So let's just let them know that just waiting to hear from Ebenezer about doing Frantic Fauna if you're... Oh, cool. Silas is joining in too? Wow, we're going to have a decent crew. Sweet. Okay, so we got 3. Let's just wait for 4. Hey, Silas. thinking about Frantic Fauna? You down? Okay, I assume they probably are. There's one issue with Frantic Fauna. I think it's one of those quests that it dumps so much to your VMU that you can disconnect. There's 2 quests, I believe, if you're using DreamPi that do not connect you. They only work over broadband, and I don't know if Frantic Fauna is one of those, but it very well could be. Okay, so we're gonna get our Scape Dolls. Okay, no prob. What do you guys wanna play? Do Forest Run for now and wait for a 4th? So they'll probably be down for a Forest Run, but let's just double check and make sure everything is cool. I understand if you want to hunt mags. Maybe they got a suggestion of a quest for that. That'd be cool. All right. Not sure where Riku is. All right, well, let's see. Oh, spelled that person's name wrong. There we go. All right, so it looks like we got 2 people down for Frantic Fauna and possibly Ebenezer, so that would make a solid 4-person team. Even though they're drunk, they got an awesome character. Let's equip our... Okay, so we do got the Android rifle equipped. Item, mono grinder use. Awesome, okay. Now let's grab our mag out of storage. Item, where is it? Where is it? There we go, Dreamcast mag, yes. And we've got that one part we've got to figure out what to do with as well. So, okay, item... Equip, mag, Dreamcast, equip, yes please. And can we feed it yet? No, we gotta give it a couple of minutes. Okay, cool. So let's go to the forest for now. Where is our co-conspirators? There they are. Sweet. Yes, so as I was saying, Doom being ported to Dreamcast and being able to play online, that is pretty fantastic. I really don't even know what to say. I mean, if we can get enough, like, really you just need to burn the game to disk because there's no official release of it. As far as I know, maybe somebody will press it. It's not open source or anything like that, so there is some possibility that you can get some sort of copyright infringement if you decide to make a legit copy of it, but a legit pressing rather. But anyways, regardless, even if you're able to burn it to CD, or like me being able to put it on my flash drive and just drop it in, I think that's going to be a really fun multiplayer game for most people, especially some of the people that used to play it back in the day. Maybe new players won't get quite as much of a charge, but I can't open the caves, sorry. Maybe if we jump back to the lobby, one of you can start a team and I'll join. Okay, cool. That sounds like a good plan. So let's go back to the lobby and join somebody else's team that has more areas open, because we can't really do much except the forest, and doing a mines run wouldn't be such a bad idea because you generally get a lot of cool loot in the mines, so let's give it a shot. Okay, so let's go back to Pioneer, jump out, and jump right back in. I am waiting on a couple of cool Dreamcast items, actually. I purchased fairly recently. I got them on eBay. I am waiting for the E3 flasher for my PS3, but somebody put a suggestion in one of the comments about a new update on how to actually jailbreak your PS3 a lot easier, just over the USB and an internet connection and using your web browser. Now they didn't get that far, but they just told me another jailbreaking method was available. So I did some research. The video that they sent me, I didn't find that to be too helpful because it was kind of out of date, but I did find another video from this person and they walked me through the steps. And I had an extra 2000 PS3, and I was shocked with how easy it was to jailbreak it. You do need a little bit of, technical know-how, but not too much. It's not that overwhelming if you just follow the steps. Now I have a 3001A as well, and I was thinking about cool. Oh no, player is bursting. I was thinking about jailbreaking that, but from what I understand, you can only do 2500 or lower at the moment, which is kind of disappointing. But there we go, sweet. Okay, we got 4 players, awesome. But I did put a shout out in some of the forums and see if the exploit will also do 3000 models as well, and just waiting to hear a call back. So hopefully you can, because I would like to maybe get rid of one and then use the other one for, and you really gotta beat ultimate. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. I haven't even beat hard mode yet. I pretty much only play online, doing a 4-hour grind offline. Feels like work to me. So yeah, in case you didn't know, the only way to open up those new levels, you don't ditch a team member. I only have Force 2. Okay. Try 250 hours UGB. Yeah, I can't remember how much character time I put into this guy, but I think it's around 200. Oh my god. I couldn't imagine. But I'm too messed up. So Ebenezer, drink some water and smoke a joint. Put down the drink. What's he gonna say? I would smoke, but work. Paranoid about it. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the mines then. And like child service. I don't understand what that person just said. Alright, fair enough. Okay, so let's go to the caves and see what's going on there. Hopefully some people will follow us along. And this is bad news for me. I do not particularly like the heat, and it is only March here in Toronto, and I am already finding it way too warm. It's like +5. Alright, sweet. Okay, so let's do some grinding. Ah, shit. Have to chat up. Forgot about my daughter can read. Reading it out to my wife. Backspace. Okay. Alright, Ebenezer. You were not kidding, my friend. Okay. Boom. Oh, shit. We can't. Okay, let's get back in here. Oh shit, we're gonna die if we don't launch a trap or something. Holy smokes. Okay, let's go. Okay, now we've got some people helping out. We need some folks that are gonna throw some tech on us, because our character is not gonna last too long otherwise. Ah shit, we should have healed up. We're doing Frantic Fauna or what, UGB? Okay, come on, grab your stuff. Oh, shit. It's 2 scape dolls down. Alright, we need to heal up. And we need to grab our gear. Oh, did we get it already? Sweet. Okay. There must have been a bit of lag or something, unless somebody else grabbed it, which I hope they didn't. Okay, let's go. Item pack. Equip. What do we got? Okay, sweet. We did pick it up. And do we get our Meseta? Awesome, we did. Okay, sweet. And we're all teched up. Yes, okay, so let's just reconvene after we take these guys out. And find out if we're doing Frantic Fauna or not, because I think I would actually prefer to do that at the moment. Frantic Fauna, anyone? I haven't done it this year. Oh shit. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Wow. We are not doing so hot. Okay, so where is our... Oh shit. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay, we took it out. Let's find our co-conspirators here. Okay, they just haven't healed themselves, so they are alive. Oh no, wait, Rico's not alive. Where's Rico? Rico, where are you? Trap vision. Buff, buff, buff. Okay, we're getting buffed. And sweet. Okay. Where are you? Riku. So what's the beef with Riku? Are you dead? Yeah, where did they go? Crow and him go on good terms now? What happened? It appears as though there's some drama in the Dreamcast world. Interesting. Oh shit, this is not good. Okay. Bang, bang, bang. And get to fucking caves. Boom, okay. Behold my absolute power. Okay, what's he gonna do? Nada. Okay, so Rico's back in the game. Okay. Where is everyone? We lost Silas, we lost Riku. Pipe, okay. Pipe me, okay. Let's go back to the lobby. I'm quite confused what happened to all our team members. Actually, let's go to the map. Item map, area map. Are they still in the game? Okay, so we got one person on. And I think that's Ebenezer. That's currently back there. So let's go back to Pioneer and just kind of get ourselves organized here. So it looks like Riku maybe went back to... Even how I walk is intimidating. Okay, Riku, where are you? Riku, where are you? Okay, and we're gonna try and pipe out Ebenezer because they appear to be a little bit stuck. Okay, cool, they got a pipe. Oh, really? Okay. That sucks. Yeah, the dude has a bad connection. Okay, that sucks. Well, hopefully they'll jump back in because we have played with them before and they're a really great player. Alright, well let's go back to the lobby here, the Hunters Guild rather, and let's see if we can start up a quest. Okay, yeah, they're officially gone. I'm in the Hunters Guild. Just hanging till... Okay, Riku's joining back in. Sweet. Till you guys show up. Smiley face. Hey, Riku. What happened? Hey, welcome to the stream then, Jelly Goober. Goober? Goober, yes, not Gobber. Okay, so let's hang out here for a second until we find out if those people are actually going to come and join us. And in the interim, I just want to go over a couple cool things that I managed to find out there in the wild. We'll give them a couple of minutes. We're going to keep up in the chat though. Just a lot of like random stuff. Actually, isn't FF the quest that DC's people who are not on BBA? You should probably clarify that first. Okay. Cool. We can do the mines first if you guys want. Easy going. Cool. Okay, so it looks like we're doing the mines first. Yeah, I just want to show you guys one thing before we get started up here in the mines. So this is what I've been playing around with a lot lately. Right here, I got a Google Daydream VR set for my Google Pixel XL. I realize that it's just the proprietary VR goggles for the Pixel 2 XL, and that there's other ones that are third-party that are out there that probably work just as well. But I was I felt as though, like, you know, it's a Google phone, I might as well be a purist and just get a Google product. And I'm really surprised. I mean, for what it is, it's actually a really good VR experience. Drop a pipe. The downside into my face that well, so you end up seeing light out of the peripheral side. Okay, go down the green pipe, no problem. Which means that it kind of takes you out of the experience a little bit, but if you turn off all the lights wherever you are, it's pretty good. And what's really interesting is watching movies, like especially like legitimate Hollywood movies. I've watched a few now with the VR headset, and it's rather amazing because it gives you the perspective of watching something much bigger than it actually is. You know, of course, that's the intention. Less VR, I guess, but yeah, you actually kind of feel, other than the weight on your face from the actual headset, you actually kind of feel like you're in the theater. You can stretch the image in and out with the remote pretty easily. I did play a couple of games which I thought weren't that great. They seemed kind of gimmicky. But yeah, I was really impressed with it so far. Now, this isn't my first VR experience, actually. Funnily enough, my first VR experience, legitimate VR experience, was probably about, I don't know, 25 years ago, maybe? And it was when I was a little kid. We went on a trip to Toronto before I used to live here. Okay, 1 second is the... 1 second here, I just gotta bring this up. Okay, cool. The streaming did not disconnect. For some reason, I got a message saying the streaming disconnected. Back when I was a little kid, I did not live in Toronto. I used to visit Toronto and stuff like that. And I can remember we went to the CN Tower, which is this large tower. It used to be like, I think, one of the biggest freestanding towers in North America, if I remember correctly. But in the lobby, they had a bit of a game center. And I can still remember to this day the name of the game that we played. They had virtual reality games, and you wore these helmets that were enormous, huge. You were basically wearing a CRT television on your face. And, oh shit, I better do this quick. And the game that I played was this game called, you can look it up online, it doesn't exist. I actually had to research it afterwards to see if I was a fever dream or not. But it's called Dactyl's Quest. And what you do is you are in this, you're in this like octagon or hexagon type ring. And you put on the VR goggles and you put on these gloves and you can actually see your hand in front of your face digitized. And everything looked really pixelated, like something similar to like Max Headroom or something to that effect. Sparkle. I don't quite understand that reference. But it was fascinating, especially how responsive it was. And again, I'm looking at this through nostalgic lenses, so it was probably much less responsive than I remember. But I can recall at the time, I was like really impressed with how it didn't look like reality. It looked like virtual reality. It didn't look real by any means. It looked really polygony, and it was really crude. And the game itself was not too interesting. Basically, you ran around this ring with a gun, and the idea was that you were supposed to play against another player who also had a gun, and you would shoot them before they shot you. And the whole time you were doing this, there was a pterodactyl flying around, and occasionally it would pick you up and drop you out of frame and you would die. But yeah, it was really interesting, and unfortunately I don't think they have it there anymore. And it would be I'm really curious to see what happened to that game, to see if it was like archived anywhere or something like that, because that game had a real big impact on me. I remember playing, like the first time I played it, I just thought, okay, like this is probably how games are gonna go someday. And sure enough, they really didn't. I mean, we've all probably played, well, I shouldn't say we've all, like we all know of things like the Virtual Boy. Now, I played the Virtual Boy a number of times when I was younger. Never bought it, never had it, never really wanted it, but it was in a lot of the game store kiosks at the time to demo. And I knew a guy that owned one, and he only owned one game. He owned Mario Tennis. And it was interesting for what it was, but I never really liked the system. And that was definitely not VR. That was just 3D gaming. The games themselves are not that fun. But skip ahead 25 years and using Google Daydream, I'm like, wow, the possibilities for this are pretty fascinating. It's really interactive. The quality of the image looks pretty decent. Now you do see a bit of artifacting on some of the images, and it doesn't look as clear as I'd hoped. And I guess that's just because of the limitations of the Google Pixel screen, which looks fantastic, but when you're blowing it up with a magnifying glass, you're going to see those little ridges in it and stuff like that. From what I understand, the HTC Vive rather really resolves all those issues and creates pretty much a crystal clear, perfect image. Now, I haven't tried the HTC Vive, and for the amount I would probably use it, I most likely won't invest in one either. But yeah, it's just kind of fascinating that you can even do this on a cell phone and get the kind of quality that I'm getting. I did look at a couple of YouTube VR movies, and they're interesting. They're very gimmicky. You know, you go into the ocean, you see a couple of animals. Okay, cool. They do like a fake skydiving thing. Well, it's real for the person that did it, I guess, but you know, you're supposed to be experiencing it. Okay, smoking plate, stay here. Okay. I'll hold the pad. And what was the other one? There was the skydiving one, there was the underwater one, there was the roller coaster one too, which again looked pretty gimmicky for the most part, but yeah, it is rather fascinating to see where all of this technology is leading to. You know, I'm sure the next round of phones are going to have it integrated right in, so you probably won't even need a headset. They'll probably, I don't know, do something. They'll figure it out, however it is they do. So anyways, that is one of my new little toys that I have, and iOS. You're on camera. Yeah, really interesting to own. So all right, are we opening up? That's what nuked me earlier. Sorry guys, or I could move, but you said I was dead. Had to go to the lobby and come back. Sorry guys, forgot to mention you're all YouTube superstars tonight. Hey, what's going on, Abraham? Okay, but also duped. What? I duped Kuro's stuff? I talked to him about it. Who duped? I gave Bones. Interesting. Okay, so I think we're gonna find out what helped me as old Ben. I don't have a clue what Ebenezer's talking about. Guess I'll just ask Kuro. Someone duped someone's weapon? Well, I did not dupe him. He knows that well enough. Kuro mentioned something about somebody taking some weapon a while ago, but didn't go into specifics. Hopefully it's all under the bridge now. Okay, so where is Silas? Item pack. Nope. Item. Okay, let's feed our mag first before we go too far. Cool. Give item Diamate. And here we go. Sweet. As far as I can tell, he's alright. Sweet. Okay, so everybody's good with each other. Excellent. Okay, so let's go up this way, because I'm pretty sure this is where Silas went. Maybe not. Where is he? Okay, come on there, folks. Let's do this right. Oh shit, I have no tech applied to me. Nobody buffed me or anything. Boom, boom, boom. Here, nothing can kill me. That's funny. Okay, we gotta find out if somebody can buff me, because this is gonna be a long, painful game. I need buffing. Okay, here we go. Sweet. Alright, Riku to the rescue. I'm on EP, I can't hit squat. Oh, okay. Alright, anything good dropped? No, there's never anything good dropped. Although this is one of the levels where you sometimes get some pretty cool mags. So hopefully on Ultimate we might be able to find one. I don't know why it keeps telling me to use EP. No clue, but they seem to know their stuff. No needle, okay. Alright, so where are we heading next? Are we going straight up? Kuro is wrong. Alright, there we go. So, no EP. It's about pushing people to EP at low levels. Ah, okay. Not change until 145. Gotcha. Alright, so it looks like there might have been some miscommunication about some tips by our friend Kurohime, however you want to pronounce it, but that's okay. It's time for you to die. Okay. Where did we end up? Item pack, area map. Okay, let's find out where our team is here. Where are you guys at? Ah, there we go. Finally got everybody back. Okay, sweet. Let's go in here and let's just mop this little area up. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get it over and done with, because currently we're kind of crawling along for whatever reason. We're not really zipping through this level the way I would have liked. Okay, where is the light switch here? There's generally some object that you fire on and it turns on the light. Where did it go? Over here? No. Not there. Okay, somebody dip back to Pioneer. Good enough. Okay, maybe it's one of those levels where you have to take everything out and then the lights pop on. That would make sense as well. Okay, I can't really see what I'm hitting. And we've got 4 more mystery enemies. Perfect. And let's see if we can tag everything. Well, at least we're taking them out. Whatever we're buffed with, this is perfect. Oh shit, something's behind me. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, and all of our team members are in the same screen. Excellent. I was kind of concerned that we were not really playing very well as a team. We all seem to be kind of doing our own thing. And bang, bang, bang. Rare drop. Cool, what'd you find? A red slicer. Nice. I just use guns. Even though my character can use some melee weapons, generally it just works well when you use distance weapons. That's interesting. Don't see too many rare drops, although we did get that one rare drop last game too, so that was kind of cool. Who wants it otherwise? Ray. Well, hopefully somebody will equip it and then we can see what it's all about. Is it ranged? Bang, level up. Okay, cool. It looks like we'll at least get the level over level 50 in this game. Hey William, do you have Discord? I do not. Many people have asked me about Discord and I still haven't gotten around to it. I think it's because I'm using the mic to stream with the chat here. I probably need 2 mics, I think, at that point, wouldn't I? Because I need to, well, unless I could split the signal and send it to Discord and send it to YouTube, but no, I don't currently have a Discord account. Many people have sent me the link for the PSO Discord chat. I just haven't gotten around to it, so. Bang, bang, bang. This is for the taking. So they must be trying to get rid of that red slicer. I'm very curious what that looks like. I guess somebody's probably going to have to go back to Array to look at. Oh, is it still there? Is it still there? Someone should take it. I mean, it's pretty cool. Yes, yes it is. Alright, we'll let those guys figure themselves out. Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Okay, why can't we focus? There we go, perfect. And what's over there? Come on. Bang, 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 bang. Nice. Okay, we'll take those guys out. We'll take... Oh, shit. Ebenezer, I gotta piss. Alright, protect me. I thought he was invincible. Oh well, say the me. Okay, cool. Took those guys out. And here we go. Alright, sweet. So I told you guys last time we were streaming that watch The Shape of Water. First time I've watched a movie. Just sat down and watched a movie in a very, very long time. Typically I just watch stuff in the background that I've already seen, so I don't really have to pay too much attention. And I do other stuff. But watch The Shape of Water. I was really curious about that. Big Guillermo del Toro fan. He lives, like I mentioned in the last stream, not too far away from where I live actually, here in Toronto. So yeah, I was really, really into that movie. But I was working, when was it there? I think 4 or 5 days ago, and I was with a shift partner. And we were kind of small talking and stuff like that. And they brought up Black Panther and I said, did you see it? I said, no, I'm actually probably going to wait till it comes on Netflix or something. Haven't really gotten around to seeing it in the theater, and I'm not going to download it or anything like that either. And they said, oh, you should probably see it. It's really good. And this is where the funny part comes out. I said, yeah, you know, like, generally those Marvel movies are pretty entertaining. You know, I don't think there's any really bad ones, which I really don't think there is. Some are more enjoyable than others and have more rewatch ability than others. But overall, they're all pretty good, and that's kind of what I expect from that movie. Just a pretty good movie. So I said, how well does it tie into the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Did they show any other sort of connections to the Infinity Wars movie that's coming out? And this person kind of looked at me with, you know, kind of doe eyes, and was like, oh, so, like, you know, does it tie into the rest of those Marvel movies? It's like, oh, I don't know, I haven't seen them. You haven't seen the other Marvel movies? She says, no, I just went to see the Black Panther movie. So this person went to see Black Panther, which I guess you can watch standalone. You don't necessarily need to watch the other Marvel films, but to just watch that film at this point, it's kind of mind-blowing to me. Like, I mean, the series leading up to Infinity Wars, and Infinity War is not even going to be the last Avenger movie featuring most, I think, of this cast. Maybe we can talk about that in a sec. But it's been going on for, like, what, 10 years? I think that's when Iron Man 1 came out. Didn't it come out in 2008 or 2007? I can't recall exactly. So you've got such a huge build-up. And this person hadn't even seen one of them. and you know, I believe them. Like, I think they would just don't watch those types of movies. But it's just kind of amazing to me that in this day and age, especially with the way, like, the majority of media recently has been kind of focused on things like superhero films. There's so many out there right now. It's actually, they've oversaturated the market. Like, I feel like there's so much content that I just can't concentrate on it. And I can't really, you know, like, I have to be choosy. Whereas before I would kind of watch whatever was out there just because it was a superhero type show. It'd either be a television series or it would be a movie, you know, whatever it was, because it was superhero related. But now there's just so much out there. Like, I haven't watched any of Legion. I've told it was pretty good. Haven't watched any of Preacher. I was told it was pretty good. It's actually been renewed for another season. Watched 2 episodes of Black Lightning. That show's terrible. Unfortunately, watched all of the latest season of Jessica Jones, which, you know, if you've seen it, you tell me what happened. As far as I could tell, it was 13 episodes of nothing. Like, nothing really happened. I guess her mother, you know, it's like that plot point was good for some people, but I mean, overall, like, nothing really happened. There was no real enemy. It just kept teasing at the fact that Trish was going to be Hellcat, which they sort of hint at near the end. Spoiler. And something happens to her mother. But I mean, nothing really happened in that series. It was incredibly boring, and I really liked the first season. The Purple Man enemy was great, and they actually brought him back, spoiler again, for a few episodes in this series as well. But really, you know, the way that he was brought back, you knew that it wasn't going to be, it didn't hold the same menace as it did in the first season. So yeah, watched all of that. Again, mostly out of the side of my eye. Did pay quite a bit of attention because, you know, like, it's one of those shows where I was like, okay, I really like the first season. The way those Netflix Marvel series go, you know, I really liked most of season 1 of Daredevil, right up actually until the last episode. I really enjoyed it. I didn't like season 2 that much. Thought they kind of shoehorned in the Punisher character. Didn't like Luke Cage that much. It was okay. I felt like the character of Diamond Head was really forced, like, especially when you go back to the flashback scenes and you realize, like, that's a completely different person that Luke is interacting with than the person that he's interacting with now. Like, the kid that he grew up with was this kind of soft-spoken, you know, not innocent, but, you know, definitely not psychopathic person, and then the adult version is just, it's completely disjointed and unrelatable. And the fact that the last episode, if I remember correctly, he says something to the effect of, like, you've got to be careful when you're dealing with a snake, and he starts kind of like, you know, kind of like licking his tongue out and stuff like that and trying to move like a snake. It was really awkward because, you know, in the original character design, Diamond Head is like Diamondback, sorry, not Diamond Head. Diamond Head is a fantastic UK metal band that I've seen live. Diamondback, rather, is kind of this half snake character. So they tried to bring that in the most realistic way possible, and it didn't work for me. But overall, I thought that the season was pretty good. It wasn't great, but it was pretty good for the most part. The thing is, they tried to make it more like a blaxploitation movie from the 70s, and they just seemed like they were afraid to pull the trigger, to be honest. Like, they were afraid to do the things in those movies from the 70s that made them kind of stand out. And I think that's to its disadvantage. They probably should have just gone for broke. You know, if you watch those old movies from the 70s, okay, I think our friend here is actually just going to open up one of the doors, so maybe I'll go back to the other crew here so we don't get too lost. My online argument has finally... Okay, let's find everybody on the area map. Alright, we're gonna lose Ebenezer if he gets too distracted. And then Jessica Jones' first season was fantastic. Second season, I didn't like it at all, really. It was just boring. Nothing happened. And then I think everybody can agree that Iron Fist is absolutely terrible. And the Defenders, like, I mean, that was supposed to be the Avengers of the small screen. And the first episode was kind of interesting. But does anybody remember anything that happened in that, other than the fact that, okay, Elektra ended up being the enemy and got away clean at the end, and there was really no consequence at all that season. I guess Stick died, but beyond that, I mean, really, was there anything that happened of any consequence? I was really kind of unimpressed and underwhelmed with that. And then, yeah, it's like, I mean, I don't really know where they're going to go with this. The Punisher series I actually really enjoyed. Again, up until the last episode. If not because that is where the character kind of fell apart. Not literally, but it wasn't consistent with the way the character was written originally in the series. So the way they tried to develop the character originally was Frank Castle was a person that was shot in the head and had some damage to his frontal lobe, and that's why he kept killing people kind of indiscriminately. Just had no capacity for didn't have any impulse control or anything like that. That's the way the character was. And in this season, he seems to have gotten a little bit better. And okay, yeah, for sure. I mean, if you got head injuries, I guess you can recover and stuff like that. They never really explain it or sort of go into any in-depth on how he's been trying to help himself out. But all throughout that series, he's just killing people that he kind of deems, worthy of killing. Unworthy people, I guess. Just really indiscriminately, kind of John Wickish almost. And then at the end, he gives a little mercy to the person that he probably should be giving the least amount of mercy to. And the Billy character, the whole time they're playing it up about how, quote unquote handsome he is, mostly because the character Jigsaw is supposed to be so disfigured and ugly, and that's eventually who Billy becomes. But they kind of telegraph it so blatantly in the last episode that it just felt really out of place. It really felt like they were trying to shoehorn in the Jigsaw character. When Frank grabs his face and smashes it into the glass and more or less says something to the effect of like, they used to call you beautiful and now they're going to call you ugly because I'm cutting your face up with glass, and now they're going to call you the Jigsaw. Like, that's how it felt. It felt like it was really sort of paint by numbers ish, and again, out of character. There's no reason that Frank Castle just didn't take him out. He's clearly a threat. He's clearly going to hurt Frank or somebody else again. There's no reason for him to be around, but Frank decided that no, he's just going to hideously wound him instead. And they sort of hinted the fact that that's what's going to happen. And actually, going back to Jessica Jones, that was also really disappointing too, about how the Nuke character in Jessica Jones season 1, the cliffhanger at the end, the little stinger, is that the doctor comes in and has some syringes filled with whatever medicine, and the idea is that he's gonna sort of fix up Nuke and make him a big super villain again. Okay, fair enough. And then what? Again, I'll spoil things. And then the first episode, he dies off screen at that. Really kind of a waste of a character. I don't like that actor particularly. I didn't find him to have that much personality or charm or anything. But the fact that you're gonna write this character into the mythos and just get rid of them so quickly is a little, a little disrespectful to the audience, because you basically told us that we should care about this character, and to kill him off screen in the first episode is a little disrespectful. Kind of like similar to, if you guys remember, X-Men 2, X-Men United. That's a funny movie for another reason. I'll bring that up in a second. They kill Cyclops off screen, who was a major player in the other movies, right? So to kill Cyclops off screen is a little, again, a little disrespectful to the character. But also there's a scene in that movie, and I wish I could find the theatrical cut of that movie, because I know when I watched it in theaters, there was a hilarious line. Like, it felt so out of place. And it was with a scene where Wolverine met Cyclops, and Wolverine met Colossus. Colossus busts through a wall, and he hasn't armored up yet or anything, but Wolverine tells him, you got to go away, and then you see a shot of his back facing the camera, and you hear some ADR, additional dialogue recording, of somebody say, but I'm strong, I can help you. And it felt so weird, like, who says I'm strong, I can help you? You know, like, that's not the way regular people speak. And if you watch the DVD version or Blu-ray version, they've cut that line out completely. I think all it says is I can help you, but definitely in the theaters it said I'm strong, I can help you. And if, I don't know, that always stuck out to me. Like, it was just such a silly line to say. So yeah, that's kind of my take on Jessica Jones. Just like another waste of a season. Like, they just kind of seem like they're spinning their wheels trying to figure out a good plot line that felt grounded. And I guess they thought the mother character was the way to go. But again, the mother character felt really weird too, because, you know, they've apparently got some sort of brain injury that kind of turns them into this Hulk-ish type character where when they get angry, they get strong and frustrated and have no impulse control and hurt people. But it just, I mean, the actress, I felt, did an okay job, but she still seemed like, I don't know, it's probably just the character itself. Like, it felt silly. Like, when she was acting, it just kind of felt silly. It didn't feel menacing to me at all. And it has nothing to do with the fact that she's an older woman or anything like that. It just, you know, I've never, like, when you see people in that universe, like, start growling and things like that, like there's some sort of vicious animal, like, that just feels kind of silly. There's ways to appear threatening without having to snarl like an animal, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I guess they were just going for the easy route. They just decided to go that way. And I felt it would have been better if, you know, like, when I think John Wick, like, that's a menacing character because they just don't say anything. And it has nothing to do with the fact that, you know, he's a guy or anything like that. It's just the way the character's written. He's just a quiet person that, you know, that takes out the trash and stuff. And I don't know. It wasn't a good season. Let's just put it that way. I was really disappointed with it. And that's the thing about these series, is that you commit to them and they can be so underwhelming. And I don't really want to commit to anything new until I'm confident that, you know, I hear the reviews and it's actually worth watching. Because like 13 hours of television, that's a lot of dedication to anything. And if it's no good, it feels like quite a waste of time. That said, I recently tried to watch The Handmaid's Tale, which, you know, it's a good show. Don't get me wrong. Like, it's written really well, it's shot really well, it feels like a movie. And Margaret Atwood is an excellent author, Canadian author. The thing is that the subject matter is just way too dreary for me. Like, I can't watch it because it's just so depressing to watch. You know, there was a time in my life, I think, where I could handle that stuff a little bit better, but nowadays I feel like the world is sort of depressing enough. You don't need to watch that kind of content to get that feeling. And it might just have been because when I used to watch those movies, I was much less experienced with everything in life. But, you know, I don't really want to watch that kind of dystopian future where terrible things are happening to women mostly in every episode. Similar to The Walking Dead. Like, that's not a fun show at all. Most people have called it, you know, I'm not going to say what they call it because I'm pretty sure I'll get flagged on YouTube, but they call it something, and it's pretty accurate because, like, every episode you're just watching terrible things happen to people. Shit, I should have photon blasted, but I did not pay attention. Damn it. Miss it. Alright, let's just launch. But yes, I have heard that that Legion is fantastic. I have heard that Preacher is good as well. I actually didn't mind the Constantine series that much. I have given up on all of the CW shows. I've tried to get into The Flash this season. Didn't happen. The Flash was one of my favorite characters, but I feel like too many people are... I think it's that show, The Big Bang Theory, which I never watched, but I know that one character was obsessed with The Flash for whatever reason. I think they kind of ruined it for me. I loved the series in the 90s when that came out. As a kid, I used to tape it, and it was so disappointing why that series failed. So in case you're not familiar, like most people think it failed because it was a cheesy 90s comic book movie or comic book show. And to some extent that is true. But back then in the early 90s, 70s, 80s, that's all you got really. I mean, other than the Batman 89 movie, you didn't really have anything to go on that was that great. You had the 70s Captain America movies, which are terrible with Red Brown. You've got the 70s Spider-Man movie that was it a TV movie? I think it was. That is just it's pretty painful to watch. It's pretty bad. You've got the 70s Doctor Strange movie, which is also pretty bad. You've got the Incredible Hulk series, which for what it is, it's actually really, really good. Bill Bixby, the guy who plays David Banner, not Bruce Banner, David Banner in the series, he's fantastic. And that's the way the character, like, that is kind of the way most people wish the character still was, where it's the man on the run. It's not this person that, you know, just wants to turn into Hulk and fight people and stuff like that. Now, I did enjoy Thor Ragnarok. I enjoyed the Hulk character in that as well. But the man on the run, which is what they tried to do with the 2007 or 2008 version of the Incredible Hulk, where he fought the Abomination. They tried to do that whole man on the run type show or movie, but from what I understand in editing, it just got butchered. And that's why, if you remember correctly, the actor who played Bruce Banner, what was his name? His name he's a very popular actor. I can't remember for the life of me. For some reason, I'm drawing a blank. It will come back to me. But anyways, he did no promotion for that movie. I didn't see him go on any television shows and talk about it. It kind of came and went, and he didn't come back for any of the sequels. And from what I understand, that's because he had a bit of a writing credit in it, had a different idea of how he wanted the movie to go, and obviously it didn't go that way. And, you know, just parted ways with the studio, and that was it. But I actually didn't mind that movie that much. I thought it was pretty good. Some people, you know, it's kind of forgettable, I guess, for some people, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was, I thought they did the Hulk effects were pretty decent. I also thought that the fight scenes finally they felt heavy. They felt like they had some weight to it and stuff like that. And I guess part of it also is that it was shot here in Toronto, and I used to be neighbors with the guy who is the location scout for it. So it was always kind of interesting. He would come back and tell me what was going on with the movie and stuff like that, and give me an update. But cool, we're all healed up. Charge your batteries. But yeah, the USB LVI. Oh, gotcha. What was I just saying? Yeah, so like you really didn't have any frame of reference, and then you had the 1990 Flash series, which actually ran into 91, even though it was only one season. And what happened was, it was like they kept throwing random episodes at random times. It didn't have a time slot to commit to, and because it didn't have a time slot to commit to, the audience just didn't know where to follow the show. I have the DC Live LVI, and it works amazing. You can also throw a 9-volt 500 mAh power supply on your regular LVI, and it will be more stable. Okay, cool. So where did everybody go? But yeah, I really enjoyed it, and it was kind of cool. Like, if you haven't seen it before, so Mark Hamill plays this character called the Trickster, which is kind of like a low rent. Where is everybody? Kind of like a low rent Joker character. But you know, he was really good. He like really hams it up. It feels really cartoony. And the person that plays his partner, I guess that woman was more or less the not the model, but like the character kind of set the stage for Harley Quinn also. So yeah, I don't know, it was really good. I really enjoyed it back in the day. And there was also a couple of other series that came out that were they kind of came and went. And again, it felt kind of like a fever dream. Like I never was really sure if these series actually exist, because I could only watch 1 or 2 episodes and then it was gone. I think there was one kind of X-Men-y type show that came out in like the mid 90s as well. I can't remember what it was called exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was an X-Men type show, or maybe Fantastic Four type show. Oh, the Roger Corman Fantastic Four. Yeah, that's another one. If you haven't seen that one, that's amazing. I was gonna call it fantastic. That's another good one. And I actually don't mind the Dolph Lundgren Punisher movie. I thought he played the Frank Castle character really well. Really menacing. If you're gonna set it in a gritty real world setting, that would be kind of the way you would do it, I would assume. But no, I liked it. I thought that if it did get opted for a sequel, which from what I understand, it was another one of those we have the rights international type movies that I think they were making for tax purposes, more or less, with no real intention of I think there was intentions to release, but not really do too much with the movie. And then I really liked the Captain America 1991 movie as well. I like all the shitty ones, what can I say? And to some extent, even those crappy 2000s Fantastic Four movies have their charm, because they couldn't figure out what they were doing with Marvel characters or any superhero characters at the time. They were just trying to set sort of like a standard way of making these movies, and they couldn't figure it out. Okay, where did everybody go? And I think at some point they must have thought that the Fantastic Four model was going to be the way it was going to go, because they played it up as though, especially in the second film, like, oh, this is all old hat, and this is just the way it is, and they seemed really nonchalant about what was going on in the movie. And of course everybody got dropped, and they made that horrendous reboot 2 years ago, which I think most people are familiar with. The best part about the reboot has to be the additional scenes that they did after the fact, and only because they're so obvious. The woman that plays the Invisible Woman, Susan Storm, you can see she's clearly wearing this like costume store blonde wig in the reshoots. Like, she's got a regular sandy blonde hair, and in the reshoots this terrible ultra bright, almost platinum-ish blonde wig, and it's so obvious it's a wig. It's kind of funny. So later, Gator. Alright, so Ebenezer is out. And I spelled Gator wrong. I spelled it without an O. Looks like I should start studying for university exams. Okay, cool. We are at the boss. Okay. Let's do it. Yes, you can play it on your PC. If you go to the Silverant website, they'll show you instructions on how to download it and play it over PC, and it is cross-platform with Dreamcast and GameCube players. GameCube players unfortunately cannot play with Dreamcast players, but Dreamcast players can play with PC players. PC players can play with Dreamcast and PC players, and GameCube players rather. It's just Dreamcast and GameCube players, unfortunately, that can't play together. And that has to do with the fact that each game is pretty different, and there's different items and different levels and stuff like that. What happens is, I think before in the server I can remember playing with some GameCube players, but it ends up freezing the game and you end up getting kicked out, so there's just no point. So I think they, when they updated the server, they just made it so that we can communicate together in the lobby, but beyond that, we can't really do much else. So it's kind of unfortunate, but it's the way it is. I think the GameCube version is probably the best version to play, to be quite honest, but you know, the Dreamcast version is also really good. Blue Burst, I mean, if you just want to play the game, Blue Burst I guess would be the best version of it, but I really enjoy this sort of simpler version of the game. Also, all the bugs that are in it that occasionally cause it to crash. I mean, over the course of the last 2 years, really finessed the way we connect to the Silverant server and how we play Phantasy Star Online. But certainly in the beginning, when it was the Wild West, and you know, anything could happen. The batteries in your line voltage inducer could die and you drop connection, or you just drop connection for no reason, like everything was unstable. The disc could freeze, your Dreamcast could freeze, you know. Any multitude of things could have happened, but lately, since we've been using the USB GD-ROM, using Eve's PSO patcher, it's been pretty good. Oh shit. Using the BBA for a stable connection with PSO in particular, and oh, now we're going dark. And with the USB GD-ROM, it's just, I don't know, it's pretty much the best way to play this game on a Dreamcast. I couldn't see any other way of improving it, unless I guess you're talking about output quality. So if you have any questions about that, currently I'm using a Hayes VGA box, which is a really good third-party VGA box for the Dreamcast. And I'm currently using a Atlona HD 500 upscaler to get it to 1080p. And one of the other more recent purchases that I made was a new video card. So I didn't get a new computer yet, although I am hunting one down. Oh shit! But I did pick up a new video card. So I got a GeForce Dual 1050. Oh geez, we're just right at the end. 1050 Ti video card here in Toronto. No cheaters allowed. Oh yeah, it's level 200. He kind of broke into the game too. Is that the person here? No, that's Silas, I think. No, it's Riku. Oh, we might actually be able to PB. Cool. Hello, everybody. So it appears as though this person is possibly cheating. Oh, damn. Did we freeze? They are at level 200. Now, it's a very real possibility they could have got there on their own, but it appears as though maybe this person has a reputation, so we will see what happens. Alright, sweet. Did we get any cool loot? Did we get any cool loot? Oh, evade material. We can always use that. Evade material, sweet. We can always use that. Yeah, at that level. Alright, so it appears as though this person might have a bit of a reputation, so let's just see how this plays out. I'm very curious. Let's go to Pioneer, chit chat with some people, and see what other folks are saying about our new friend here. Hey there. So, I gotta go now, y'all. Yeah, I think we're probably all gonna log off soon enough, but let's just do a couple of fine tunings here with our character. Let's go to the Techer, see what we got. Special weapon. Anything good? Well, if I use melee weapons, that would be interesting. Do you want to equip it? No. Okay, so let's sell this. Sell, what else do we got here? Okay, we don't need that. Large sword with small spinning photon blades. Its special attack steals enemies HP. Again, if I used it, that would be great. Sell. Protect frames. Sell. Sell. Okay, let's say goodbye to our friend first. Okay, and let's buy some die mates. Yes. Mono grinder. Yes. Trimates. Buy. Yes. Okay, cool. So let's feed our mag, and then we'll stock up on our die mates. Item pack. Mag. Dreamcast. Give items. Perfect. 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 Awesome. Okay. Oh wow, what do we got here? Some goodies? Anything we can use? Not really. No, just kind of unloading their junk. I think I probably will, but let's just... Yep, see you in the lobby. Appears as though nobody wants to play with this person, so I assume they're kind of a known cheater. That's unfortunate. Okay, so let's deposit Seta. Yes, deposit item. Okay, let's get rid of our Dreamcast mag. Let's use our items. Made material use. Made material used. Do we have any more here? No. Okay, so let's equip this. And item. Mono grinder use. Tri grinder use. Do we have anything else? Not really. Okay, cool. Alright, and everybody left. So everybody went back to the lobby. Even our new friend here at level 200, which I was kind of hoping that more people were going to sort of figure out what that was all about. I assume that the person cheated to get to level 200, but the server has been pretty good about kicking out cheaters lately too, so I don't know. They must have snuck in somehow. Alright. So let's save our character. /save 1. Good game, everybody. I gotta log off for now. Thanks, Riku, for joining. Later, amigo. Cool. Alright, so we've saved, we said our salutations. Quit game, disconnect. Cool, we're disconnected properly. Alright, well that was a fun game. I was really glad to play with Silas and Riku again. We haven't played with them for a while. Ebenezer is a funny person. They told us in advance that they had too much to drink, but it is what it is. So maybe just before we sign off here, I just want to show you guys a couple of cool things. So I ended up just buying a bunch of stuff that I probably shouldn't have bought out there in the wild, but as most of you know, I do enjoy thrifting, and sometimes I go a little bit crazy. So I don't collect these Funko Pops, but I saw this for $2 and it said limited edition, and I do like the series. Maybe I'll trade it to somebody for something else, but found a box, limited edition, Funko Pop 11 with electrodes, and apparently it's the New York Comic Con limited edition. Again, I don't collect these things. I don't find them particularly interesting or useful, but for $2 it was like, yeah, let's give it a shot. I was looking online, I guess they go for about 40 or 50, so who knows, maybe I'll find somebody that wants to trade something cool. Every time I see tarot cards, I pick them up. That's my thing. I always look in the card section where they have playing cards, and I always buy them because they're really good trade currency for people. And sometimes I can even sell them for a decent amount too. But I found a deck of manga tarot, and then this other generic tarot. And yeah, I mean, they both go for about 30-40 bucks online, so it was really good to get those. This thing here is shockingly useful-ish. So I saw it and I was like, okay, Jurassic Park 3 Dino Decks. What the fuck is this? It was only $2. It looked rather interesting. I did a quick eBay search and it seemed like it was selling for a stupid amount of money, so I couldn't help but pick it up. But what this is, it's a Tiger Electronics handheld toy. And if you hit this little button on the side, bang, door flips open. And what it is actually a functional, if you hit the on button right here. Let's see if I can bring this in the screen. Which way are we going? There we go. You hit the on button, you get that little splash screen of the dinosaur, and it's actually a fully functioning PDA. So you can do everything. You can use it as a phone book, diary, actually really responsive. I was surprised. It's got a bunch of different options. It's got some like cheap mini games and stuff like that. It's actually a really cool little device. I could see some like trendy hipster type person trying to use this, you know, as their regular PDA, but you could actually do that, which is shocking. So I don't know, that was kind of a cool find. This one I did not find, but I finally got a copy of it. It's from the wonderful people over at Kino Lorber Studios, and I loved this movie as a kid, and it was only 12 bucks on Blu-ray, and that's Baby, Secret of the Lost Legend. If you haven't seen that before, I have not seen it in many years, and I imagine it's terrible, but they make, from what I remember, like a scale replica animatronic Brontosaurus. So everything's practical, no CG or anything like that. And I remember loving this like really cheesy movie as a kid, so for 12 bucks I couldn't pass it up. Now onto this stack. I finally found a copy. I've been looking for this for ages, of Fallout 3 Game of the Year Edition strategy guide, complete with poster. I've been hunting for this for ages. I love this game. I always wanted the strategy guide just to kind of like, you know, I can easily go online and pull these things out, but I like my paper strategy guides. It's just easier to dip through and find stuff. And that tactile feeling really helps as well. And finally, before we log off, going back to the Punisher, I was always a fan of the character. Next stream I'll tell you why. But managed to find this huge stack and a book of metal of trade paperbacks of the Punisher. All for $1.25 a piece. So yeah, couldn't pass that up. Filled in a lot of the gaps in my collection. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching and enduring my rambling. Really appreciate it. I will try and be on again maybe Wednesday. No, I can't. I'm working Wednesday night. Friday. I'm working a couple of doubles, so yeah, it kind of wears me out a little bit, but it is what it is. But anyways, I will try and be on again Friday night. Maybe we can try something new and something fun. So in the meantime, everybody take care. Thanks for watching, and we will see you later. Night.